You didn't forget. You didn't get distracted. You didn't suddenly become lazy. Your brain lied to you. Again, there's a tiny voice inside your head that whispers, "I'll feel more ready later." But this is a neurological sleight of hand. Your brain isn't optimizing for your long-term success. It's optimizing for its own comfort right now. And procrastination is its favorite, most reliable escape hatch. Think about that task you've been putting off. The one that feels heavy, vague, or just ugh. Your brain doesn't just see it as an item on your to-do list. It mistakes the discomfort associated with it for a genuine danger. A tough email, an overdue project, a blank page. Your internal threat detector lights up like a startled cat. The task itself isn't the problem. It's the feeling it triggers. Feelings like boredom, frustration, self-doubt, or even just the anxiety of not knowing where to start. And that's when your brain, in its misguided attempt to protect you from this danger, sells you a brilliant lie. It tells you, you'll be calmer in an hour, or tomorrow, or after just one more scroll. It promises you a magical future where you'll have more energy, more motivation, and more focus. But that future rarely arrives, does it? This reveals the fundamental truth about procrastination. It is not a time management problem. It's an emotion regulation problem. It's a battle raging inside your head. Your prefrontal cortex, the logical, planning part of your brain, says, "Let's do this. It's important." But your limbic system, the ancient, emotional core, screams, "Let's not. That feels bad. Let's find something that feels good instead." And in that intense tug of war, the limbic system usually wins because it plays dirty. It uses fear, it uses discomfort, and it dangles the alluring illusion of future motivation to get its way. But here's the twist, the part where everything changes. You don't beat procrastination with brute force or more discipline. You don't win by simply trying harder. You win by outsmarting the emotional ambush your brain sets for you. You win by understanding the game and changing the rules. So let's talk about how to do that, with practical strategies that work with your brain, not against it. First, you need to shrink the threat signal. Your brain has a tendency to catastrophize, to exaggerate the size and difficulty of a task until it feels like an insurmountable mountain. So, you have to counterlie it. Make the very first step absurdly, ridiculously small. I mean micro-tiny. Your goal isn't to write the report. It's just to open the document. Your goal isn't to go to the gym. It's just to put on your running shoes. This simple action sends a powerful message to your emotional brain. Relax. We're not climbing the mountain yet. We're just dipping a toe in the water. This isn't dangerous. By making the entry point frictionless, you bypass the initial wave of resistance. Second, create an activation ritual. Your brain loves patterns. When it sees a familiar sequence it recognizes, resistance just melts away. So, choose a small, repeatable ritual that you perform right before every focused work session. This isn't the work itself, it's the warm-up. It could be anything. Pouring a glass of water, clearing your desk of clutter, taking one single, deep breath. The specific action doesn't matter as much as the consistency. Repeat it enough times, and this ritual becomes the automatic doorway into a state of action. It signals to your brain, "Okay, it's time to focus now," without ever having to have an internal argument about it. Third, use the 10-second promise. Your brain can protest and find excuses for hours, but it can't put up much of a fight for just 10 seconds. It's too short an interval to trigger a major panic response. So, when you're facing that wall of resistance, make a simple promise to yourself. "I will work on this for only 10 seconds. Set a timer if you have to. Anyone can do anything for 10 seconds. What you'll find is that most of the time, the hardest part is simply starting. Once you cross that 10-second threshold, the law of momentum kicks in, and it becomes far easier to continue for another minute, then 5, then 20. You've successfully tricked your brain into getting on the train, and now that it's moving, it's easier to just stay on. Fourth, you have to rewire your reward timing. The reason scrolling through your phone feels so much better than starting your project is because it offers an immediate reward. Your brain is wired to seek out instant gratification. So, you need to give it one. Link the start of your task to something genuinely pleasant. This is about making the process, not just the outcome, feel good. Maybe you listen to a specific playlist only when you're working on that project. Maybe you enjoy a warm, delicious drink while you do it. Maybe you use a visible progress tracker, like a checklist or a jar you fill with marbles, so you can see your effort paying off in real time. When your brain starts to associate the act of starting with a positive feeling, the lie of "this is going to be awful" begins to lose its power. And fifth, if you truly must delay something, build a tomorrow contract. This is about maintaining integrity with yourself. Don't just vaguely postpone a task into the foggy, undefined future. That's how things get lost forever. Instead, delay with precision and intention. Take out a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and write a simple contract with your future self. It should include 3 things: exactly what you will do, precisely when you will do it, and for how long you will do it. For example, tomorrow at 9 a.m., I will work on the budget spreadsheet for 25 minutes. Then, you must honor that contract the same way you would honor a meeting with a person you deeply respect. This transforms procrastination from a form of avoidance into a conscious scheduling choice, putting you back in control. So, let's bring this all together. You don't procrastinate because you're broken, lazy, or undisciplined. You procrastinate because your brain is a highly evolved survival machine that is trying to keep you safe in all the wrong ways. It's trying to protect you from discomfort, but in doing so, it's robbing you of your progress and potential. But once you see the lie for what it is, a misguided attempt at emotional protection, you can take back the steering wheel. You can stop fighting yourself and start working with yourself. Remember the steps: shrink the threat, create a ritual, use the 10-second promise, rewire your rewards, and make a contract with tomorrow. Start tiny. Start now. Let your future self look back and thank you with quiet astonishment for figuring out the secret. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, consider subscribing for more ways to understand your own mind.